Hey folks, Nas here in No Man's Sky, getting ready to do the new Singularity Expedition number 10. So what you want to do, click play game. You can see I've already started one, but we actually have to start a new one. You can't play off of any of your other previous saves. So we're going to click new game. You can see here you got normal, relaxed, creative, survival, custom, and then up here in the top right, you've got your Community Expedition 10 Singularity. You got about 5 weeks left on that, so you got plenty of time to get in here and get this done. So let's go ahead and click that. And then after we get through the entry screen, you're going to see this big, bright, white screen. Definitely want to have your sunshades on for this. Initialize expedition. For me, I've got to click E. Obviously, whatever controller you're using is going to show you there in the middle of the screen which button you need to push to initialize your expedition. But I'm playing on PC, so I'm actually going to do E. And then we're going to go through the initialization phase, entering the game. You're actually going to be on a tropical planet, so you shouldn't necessarily have to worry about weather at all. There's your shields in the top right corner, top left corner of the screen. We start out in this little camp. There's the new Multitool that's available in the game. Those are actually pretty awesome. There's the Multitool I start with. Your Multitool may look a little bit different, but that's okay. Your ship, because we will have a ship when we start as well. Your ship is probably going to look different than mine. It may not. This abandoned camp holds many mysteries. The Expedition tab will show your progress as you investigate its secrets. Complete milestones to earn rewards. Complete all the milestones in a phase for special exclusive items. Alrighty. Click continue. Select They Hear Us milestone to explore the camp phase 1. Okay. So actually you can hit escape. You can go into the Expedition tab. They Hear Us milestone. There it is. Phase 1. Select They Hear Us. Right there. Goes through here. Explore the abandoned camp. The Scrappers hastily fled camp. The Scrappers hastily fled camp is in harmonic lockdown. Who was here before? Where have they gone? Investigate the camp and search for answers. And you can hit right click if you're on PC to get out of that. In these little wheelbarrows, you got scrap and stuff that you can pick up. So we'll go ahead, we'll go around and pick up the scrap. Looking for more wheelbarrows here. Sometimes they have good stuff in them. Sometimes it's just junk, like the residue goop. Suspicious packet. We want to see what that is. We're actually going to go into the exosuit. I'm going to discard that, but we are going to open that, which gives us a photon cannon module. Well, that's for the Starship itself, so I can't use that right now. You do start with the personal refiner, which is really nice. We can actually refine rusted metal once we start getting some carbon. That way we can feed it, because it has to eat carbon in order to process your stuff. So we got to feed it. Let's see here. So we've got some items while we're in here that we can actually put together. So you can see right here, the jetpacks have got the little gold or yellow square around them. That means that they're buffing each other. But we've got this little jetpack over here that is not being buffed. So what we can do is we can actually bring that down and bring all of those down. If you hover over them, it'll tell you E to move technology. Yours will be a different option if you're using a different controller. For me, it's E. We can put all of those together and you can see it's buffing each one. And then we've also got the oxygen recycler being buffed with the technology supercharged. So you can see that that's a little special box. We got another one here. I'm actually going to put that one there, and I'm going to put life support next to it. They're buffing each other now. Then I've got hazard protection right here. the shield lattice. I'm going to bring this hazard protection over and drop it in that supercharged slot. That way, these are buffing each other and we get a little bit more protection. And you can move these around, and you're going to be getting, as rewards, you're going to be getting more exosuit slot upgrades, Starship slot upgrades, and Multitool slot upgrades. So you'll be able to expand these as you're progressing through the different phases of the expedition. Alrighty, I'm going to get out of that. If you're on mouse, you can actually, keyboard mouse, you can actually right click just to get back out of that screen. It's telling us we got the upgrade module. We know that, but we haven't got our ship yet. So let's make sure that we've got the correct things selected. Yes, they hear us. Let's see here. We're going to hit C. And then we got to find this little duty right here. This is a sentience echo detected. Now C does a scan. Oh, it's recharging. See that there in the bottom right of the screen, the little, what looks like a sniper scope. Now you hit C again. But C does a scan, and it brings up, you know, oxygen and dihydrogen and, what is that? Carbon crystals. I don't see any sodium. Oh, there's sodium right there. The yellow is sodium. So we'll go and pick up some of that in just a little bit. But let's get in here and talk to this atrophage or autophage. The autophage flickers, dying sparks lighting up its eyes. Whatever information was preserved within its circuits is buried beneath countless layers of corruption. So we're actually going to select number 2. We're going to probe damage registers. Then we get these codes that pop up, and you actually have to do a little bit of math. 10 minus 3 is 7. 3 plus 9 is 12. And 1 plus 1 is 2. So we get 7, 12, and 2. We're going to return. It's going to bring us back to this little screen here. We're going to attempt memory repair. And if you have short-term memory like I do, you need something to write. Sitting here talking too much. Forgot exactly what numbers I needed. Let me actually grab something to write with. That way I can actually write these things down. All right, I'm going to go back into the damage probe again, damage registers. All right, so we got 10 minus 3 is 7. We've got 3 plus 9 is 12. And 1 plus 1 is 2. All right, there we go. 7, 12, and 2. Now, yours are probably going to be different than mine. I don't know that each one is the same each time. Now we can go back and we can attempt memory repair. So in these little boxes right here, we're actually going to click the box. And our first one was 7. Our second one was 12. Hit the little down arrow to get to 12. And then the last one is 2. And obviously, if you chose it right, you get this little tune, you get the next message. A faint hiss escapes the autophage's rusty shell. Smoke and data vent together. Lost to the wind. Dump memory contents. Something arose from the dirt. Blank a construct. Blank of pure will. So we don't know what these little codes are. Finalize download. I complete the memory dump. Creating a copy of whatever data still flits around in its hastily abandoned scrap. With the download complete, a section of the data is flagged by my exosuit as readable navigation coordinates. Milestone complete. They hear us. So we spoke with the autophage. So we can hold tab to get out of that little complete screen. Then we can actually hit escape. Go back into your phase 1. You can see that we have a reward here. We're going to get hermetic seal plans and a crystallized heart. We can go ahead and collect that. Again, tab to close that little screen. You can see that we get the hermetic seal plans. And then we also got the crystallized heart, which we will eventually need later as well. Now, we can actually go over here. So this is the new weapons that are in that comes out with the Singularity update. But you can see the little red box there, hermetically sealed or harmonically sealed. Not hermetically, but harmonically. Alrighty, go to this little machine. It's literally just to the right. the harmonic interface. Harmonic lockdown in progress. We want to scan the memory registers. So just like the little machine over there, we are going to do a little bit of math. 1 plus 11 is 12. Make sure you have your paper and pen handy. 1 plus 1 is 2. And 6 plus 2 is 8. That way you can write these down and don't have to worry about losing your memory. Especially if I'm having to read this stuff, I have a tendency to lose track of what I just said. But let's see. Go back. Harmonic lockdown in progress. It's the same thing we read when we first opened it. We're going to input the override glyphs. So you have these little glyph boxes up here. We actually want to click the first glyph box and we want to enter 12. So get down to 12. Second one, we had number 2. And the third one, we had 8. Right there. And we get the little ding ding tune of we completed it properly. The terminal has ceased and it's digital whaling. I am permitted access to the camp's systems. We want to deactivate the multi-tool seal. Accord, harmonic seal deactivated. Perfect. Okay, so now we can actually go over here and collect our new weapon, which is a C class. Now yours, it could be different for whoever. I've played this in others and I got a B. I tried it a little while ago. I got an A. For this playthrough, obviously I get a C, but you can see that it's already got some slots unlocked, but you have to fix these new slots here. You can see right there, crystallized heart. So we're actually going to need those. Alrighty, so you can compare. And then you can actually pick the tool up for free. It doesn't matter. You can have like 6 or 9 or something. You can have several multi-tools. I rarely use multiple multi-tools. But I'm going to pick it up for free. So we have it right there. If you want to equip the new multi-tool, then you can actually go hit X. Open up the little navigation tab at the bottom of the screen. Obviously, if you're on a different controller, then it will be different for you. But for PC, it is X. Whoops. And then go to the cog wheel. There we go. Go to the cog wheel and swap multi-tool. That's the current multi-tool I have. That's the new one I want to put on. Why is it not letting me do it? Did I already do it? Maybe I already did it. Multi-tool? Yeah, I already did it. Okay, good. So when I picked it up, it auto-equipped. Now we checked all of these little... we missed one. There we go. Check all the wheelbarrows. That way you get all the stuff. Alrighty, so we can go back to the harmonic interface. Same thing that we read earlier. Now, locate dissonance spikes. So this is actually going to show you the location of a new ship, new Starship, that is available in the Singularity update. So we're actually going to hit that. And it's going to do this big boom scan. And it's going to show us the location of where we can find this ship. Now we'll eventually go to it, but not right now. There it is. "21 hours away." Okay. Now, escape again. We want to go back into phase 1, and we want to select the next thing in... Let's see, what is this? Continue the investigation. Now this one here is to launch into space for the first time. We get a warp core, we get a package, teleport receiver. Okay. The construct head is our reward here. Okay, let's see if we can do this first before we launch into space. Let's see, Sentience Echo coordinates require ship travel. Complete the Wayfarer milestone. Okay. So I think we do have to do this first. Okay. But before we go into space, we want to take our new multi-tool and we want to gather and scan. So you can see that that said unidentified object. Let's find another one here. Right there. It says unidentified plant. So hit F, go into your scanner, face the plant. You can see the little question marks on the left-hand side. You want to actually hold down the left mouse button to scan. I got 500 units for that, and we discovered what that is. You want to scan as much as you can because, I mean, it's free to do it. It's basically free money. You can right click to zoom into things. That way you can scan them. So the little flying objects, or if you see objects that are farther away, you can actually scan them from a distance. But run around, scan your stuff, gather materials, take you, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 minutes or something like that, because you definitely want to gather a bunch of materials. And if you notice, when you're scanning stuff, that one only gives us carbon. This is, we haven't scanned that yet, so we're going to scan this one. Now this one here, you can see it gives us two items, elements. So this one's going to give us carbon and oxygen, which is really nice. That one's going to give us ferrite dust and dihydrogen. You can see the primary element on the left-hand side is ferrite dust. Second element is dihydrogen. So I would suggest running around, gather carbon and hydrogen, find your little, let's do a scan real quick. This over here. You definitely want to pick up some sodium. Careful about how far you're falling because you will take damage. You can see the life support go at the bottom of the screen goes down. The more you fly, the more you run. These little guys, whoop, that's unidentified. Let's identify that real quick. Hazardous flora. Now you can run up and grab those three little red dots on there and probably get a little more oxygen out of this. But I'm not going to bother about doing that because this new gun is really nice. Now that flower I just picked up was sodium. It gave me 12 sodium. So you definitely want to hit those as well. So you can hit C to do your scan so you can find your yellow tags. And you can actually run around and grab those and grab the dihydrogen. You're going to need those. And then also shoot these guys right here. You're going to need a ton of these little guys. Matter of fact, there is a milestone for collecting, I think, 256 of the little, what is that, Atlantium? If I said that wrong, I'm sorry. So you want to collect a bunch of these, and it's good to just go ahead and get a lot of this done before we start really leaving the planet and stuff, and that way you can focus on doing the phases. So if you see something that's unidentified, scan it before you destroy it. But I'm going to take a few minutes, and I'm going to go around and start collecting some stuff. If you actually find a cave, go in and collect some cobalt and stuff from the cave as well. There's your dihydrogen crystals, which are the blue. Collect all of that. So give me a few minutes, and I'll be back, and we will continue. Alrighty. So you're probably getting ready if you've been collecting stuff like me. You're getting ready to run out of power on your gun. So you can see in the top right corner of the screen, you can see the 2% there, 1%, and then weapon charge depleted pops up. So you need to charge your weapon. So you can actually do, one way is to hit the X screen to bring up the wheel, and then obviously the battery pops up right away because you're low on power on something. So you can actually hit that, and then the laser is at 0%. You can actually click that, and you can actually put carbon in it this way. This is a good, easy, quick way to refill the power on your weapon. So I'm actually going to cancel out of that because I want to show you something else. We're going to hit tab. We're going to go into the multi-tool tab itself. You can see there's my hijacked laser right there. You can actually click on it and add the carbon that way as well. Now, when you're running this gun, you can see, try and find something there. Whoops, I need to scan that. Let's go ahead and do that before I forget. I also see that I've got some animals that I need to scan too, but we'll do that in just a second. So, when you're shooting this, you can see the little white bar on the top right of the screen keeps going up. It's going up fairly quickly. So once you reach a particular level, it's going to tell you that you're getting ready to overheat. So right here. Let's see if I can get off of that. The heat warning. So ideally you want to keep that bar in the red because the hotter you have it, the faster it will actually mine. As opposed to having it way down and empty, it takes a lot longer to mine. But what we can do to actually help increase that so you don't reach that heat level so quickly, which will also help you mine a lot faster anyway, hit tab. And you can see here in the modify section, we've got a few different things that we can add. So we can actually click on that, and we've got the mining beam. If we go in and we add the mining beam, which only takes ferrite dust, and you probably already have some of that if you've been collecting, then we can click on that to install it. So now it's installed and buffed because we've got it touching the other laser, hijacked laser. Now, if we go back in, are these all, yeah, those are scanned. So if we go back in, you can see that that bar up there is barely filling up now. So you're actually going to go a whole lot longer before you have to worry about overheating. And now the gun is real nice and hot, and it's hitting things pretty quickly. I got to have the advanced mining laser to actually mine that. So what we can actually do is come back into here, click an empty spot, go to modify. There's the advanced mining laser. So we can actually install that. We just have to create carbon nanotubes, a hermetic seal, and we need 2 wiring looms. The problem with this right now is we don't have 2 wiring looms. So we can't add the advanced mining laser just yet. So once we get some wiring looms, we'll be able to add that later on. Now, you can actually free up these slots on this by getting, now see, we've already got the Atlantium because we've been collecting that. So we can actually click on that and click on that. And we've repaired one of those slots. Now, I would suggest going through and repairing the ones that you can with the Atlantium. Otherwise, we're going to have to go and get mirrors and stuff, and I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. Now, I saw the animals up here. You can see the little red dots for the animals. So if you scan all of the animals on a planet, you can see in the bottom right hand of the screen, found 3 of 5. If I find the other 2, then I can actually go into discoveries, go to fauna. You can see here 3 of 5 discovered. Once you complete finding the last of, or all of the fauna on the planet, and it'll be different on each planet, you actually receive nanites. So this is a good way to get early nanites as well. All right, I'm going to go around and collect some more stuff real quick, and I'll be back. Alrighty, there we go, folks. I ended up getting the other milestone for the 256 Atlantium. So we can actually go in and go to the Expedition tab. You can see it's actually in Phase 2. It's telling me we got a new reward there. Go down here and collect reward. We get a prepackaged cloaking device unit. And then a quad servo band hazard protection upgrade. Tab to get out of that little screen. And let's see here. Suspicious hazard protection module. We can actually install that. That's going to be up there. What did that give us? Alrighty, some resistances to heat and cold, radiation, and toxic. So that'll help us a little bit when we get to some other planets. You can see I've been collecting a little bit of materials. We can actually put the rusted metal into our personal refiner. We can actually put a little bit of carbon in there and hit start, and that'll turn that rusted metal into ferrite dust. Now this is a save point. You can actually place this down if you want to. That way you can save, like if you're out and you're away from your ship, because if you hop in and out of your ship, it creates a manual save for you as well. So what you can do is hit Z, your build menu, and you can see right here, save point. You can drop that down. You can hit save, no matter where you're at in the world, and you've created a manual save. And then you can actually middle mouse button to pick it back up, and you can bring it with you. I typically don't use those. Now granted, I'll put them like in my base or something like that, but I typically don't carry mine around because I'm fairly close to my ship. So I'm actually going to discard it. Now, I've been looking for a cave, but I have not found one yet because we need to go in and get some carbon and stuff. But we can actually go into the water, and if you see that thing right there, there's going to be crystals on it. We're going to need those later on. Actually, there's one right there, right next to the surface. That's awesome. All right, so we're going to collect those little crystal sulphide. Go around and collect the other one. There should be 3 on there. There we go. And we're done with that. Now, I need to find my ship. It's over there. Wait, were there animals in the water? I didn't look. We need to look. Because there might be animals underwater that we need to scan. It looks like there might be. Yep, right there. Okay. Oh, and there's some there. Are we going to complete the 5? Yes, we did. New discovery recorded. Creature species 5 of 5 found. Alrighty, so hit your escape. Go into discoveries. And then you can right here, fauna. And then right there in yellow, you can actually complete that, and I'm going to get 1,250 nanites. Yours may be different depending on your planet. There we go. Now we've got 1,293 nanites. We've got 11,500 units. Now you get units every time you scan something as well. So you want to scan as much as you can. That way you can get those units. Even underwater, there's going to be stuff. Alrighty, let me get out of this water, and we're going to start working our way over to our ship, because that is actually part of what we're supposed to be doing in Phase 1, the Wayfarer. Launch into space, which means we got to go and locate our ship. Locate your ship with the compass and an analysis visor. So, analysis visor, there's our ship. You can mark it if you want. I don't need to because it's marked. Where'd my ship go? It's this way? I gotta go. Is my ship in the middle of that thing? It's gonna be on the other side. Oh, that's bogus. Alright, let me get around this lake. Maybe I'll find a cave on my way. Well, holy crap, my ship is on top of that frickin' plateau in the middle of the daggum lake. Okay, well that's lovely. No! Oh my gosh. That was crazy. That frickin' thing just missile horror. I didn't even see it. I was too busy paying attention to where my ship was. Dang it. Okay. I gotta repair stuff here. Let's see. Oxygen. There we go. My shield is really low. It'll go back up here in just a second. Let's see. I don't think I have the terrain manipulator. We need carbon nanotubes and dihydrogen jelly. I should be able to do both of those. So we're going to do tab, exosuit, nanotube, and dihydrogen jelly, which is just dihydrogen, little blue crystals. And then the carbon nanotube was, I did that pretty quickly, but it's carbon for that. Alrighty, so we completed each of those. Now go back into the multi-tool. Oh, we got to have 2 nanotubes. Doggone it. I forgot about that. 2 nanotubes. Boop. Now we can complete that. And it starts out at 100%, which is good. You can see you get a new little reticle there. And in the top right of the screen, you have different options you can do. I'm obviously going to be using mine. But if you hit the middle mouse button, you can actually create. And you have different options to create. If you hit the middle mouse button again, you can flatten the terrain. You can see it underwater there that I'm flattening the terrain. You can restore the terrain. You can see there I'm restoring the terrain I just flattened. And then one more mouse button, or middle mouse button, and it's back to mine. Now you also have... Stand in here. Come on. There we go. Now, you have different options to mine. So right now I'm on the default size. If you hit R, you can actually go to a small size. If you hit T, it increases the size. Now the big one, I almost never use the big one, but I guess if you're trying to remove a bunch of dirt but you don't care about collecting it, use the biggest one. The default one will remove a moderate size dirt or whatever you're removing, whether it's the elements and stuff that you can gather from the earth. But I typically use the small one if I'm collecting. So if you're wanting to collect a bunch of stuff, use the smallest option. But for right now, I'm using the middle one because I just want to get to my ship. And there we go. Surface. Whew. And there's my ship. This is ridiculous that my ship was on top of that little plateau. And not just that, it's like down in a hole. Oh, I didn't see that up there. Get some oxygen. Boop. Alrighty, so you can also collect these little eggs here. If you shoot them, just barely shoot them with your gun, it'll open the egg. And then there's going to be a larval core that you can pick up with E. You have to be pretty quick. I think it's like 10 or 12 seconds before it disappears. However, be forewarned, if you shoot this egg, you're going to have little critters that are wanting to eat your face. Now, granted, you can actually jump back on top of the building and they will subside. Matter of fact, I'll just show you real quick. So we're going to hit that egg. Whoop. I hit the egg and the biological horrors. Now, the larval core, I must have hit the core and destroyed it. So let me see if I can get a different one here. These guys don't like me right now. Are they spitting at me? They are spitting at me. Okay, well, let's get up here so they can't actually see me. Because they will spit at you. So if you wait a little bit, they will go away. But I'm going to try and get another egg here so I can show you what the core looks like. There it is, larval core E. You can actually pick those up. Let me get back up here so I can talk without them spitting on me. But you can actually pick those larval core up. There's 3 or 4 of them around each of those. You can see there, you can actually sell them for 69,000 units each. Or you can actually come in here and put them into your personal refiner. I'm going to remove that ferrite dust. And you can see for each larval core, you get 50 nanites. So you'll actually create nanite clusters. You'll put the nanite cluster in your inventory to receive the nanites from it. The swarm has subsided. Alrighty, so you see they went back into the ground. So that's all you got to do. Now, granted, if you get good at it, you can actually hit 3 or 4 of these and collect the cores. Jump around, fly, whatever you can to avoid being hit. And then you can collect those and you can get a ton of nanites right away, or you can actually save them and sell them at a trade terminal for some units. Let's see, here's out, and there's our ship. All right, now let's get to our ship. You can see it's on fire, which is never good. Let's hop in. And we've got our launch thruster is critically damaged. Okay, so we got to have pure ferrite and dihydrogen jelly. So we already have the pure ferrite. Now we need to go in, boop, and get a dihydrogen jelly. Go back to Starship. And we actually click the launch thruster. 1 jelly, 50 pure ferrite. Click both of those to repair your launch thruster. Then we can actually make a hermetic seal and metal plating to fix the pulse engine. We can do that right in our ship. So the hermetic seal and plating. Scroll down to plating, click the engine, and fix that. Alrighty, now W to launch. Once you're free of the planet, point up towards space. You can hit left shift to speed up a little bit. And we've completed the Wayfarer Milestone. Tab to get out of that screen. Hit escape. Go to expedition. New reward. Collect reward. We get a warp hypercore prepackaged teleport receiver. Tab to get out of that screen. Tab to get back into the exosuit. Where did we get it? Where'd it go? Yeah, prepackaged teleport receiver. So what we want to do is we want to hit E to install that, and we're going to drop that right in our ship. That'll actually allow us to put things in our ship and take things from our ship from a little farther away. Now, we want to make sure that we go back into the Expedition tab and select the next objective. Follow the Sentience Echo's coordinates. Alrighty, so what we want to do is, we don't have that. We should be able to see, I believe it is. There it is. So hit C to scan, and you can see that it's traced that. Now at the top of the screen, you can see the little marker for it, the little diamond, and it's going to take us right over there. And you hold spacebar, get into your pulse engine, and we're going to head straight towards it. Alrighty, now this is only the approximate location. Now sometimes you can kind of look around the area and possibly find something that could be it. Which I'm going to guess that this is probably going to be it. So we're going to fly back over here. Otherwise you can land in the approximate location and then do a scan. First contact. First time on this planet. Alrighty, so when you land on the approximate location and you do your scanning, your analysis visor, you're going to have this option here, and it's going to blink and tell you the direction that you need to go. But because this building was here, it was kind of obvious where I needed to go. Why did I go this way? I don't know, because I can. And then we're going to go inside the building. You can see there's our marker there. Do you hear us? Do you hear me? Consumed all of creation and rejected. One blueprint from an infinite number. One blueprint from all the ways to be. One construct. Extract blueprint. I copied the blueprint, a blueprint from the archives databanks. Whoever left the message at the autophage wished for someone to find this construct. Alrighty, so we got a construct head that we actually have to construct. We need metal plating, an ion battery, and a microprocessor. And we've completed that milestone. So what we want to do before we construct anything is we want to open this up, go to the Expedition tab, and go to Collect Reward for this particular one, Etched in Glass. We get the schematic, we get 312 nanites, and a band hazard protection upgrade. Because sometimes if you have to construct something or build something, they may give you one of the items or two of the items or something in your reward. So, again, don't get rid of your reward items. Suspicious hazard protection module. All right, let's install that. Now, we needed... we got to construct the head. So if you go into your inventory and hover over the blinking box, you can hover over the construct head and figure out what you need to make. We need to make 4 plating. So you can make the one, and then you can hit E while hovering it to make others. We need an ion battery, which we cannot make yet because I haven't found a cave. So I need to find a cave to get some cobalt. And a microprocessor, we need copper to make chromatic metal. And then, of course, we need 1 nanotube. So we can actually go ahead and make the nanotube. And let's see if I can find Is there a cave nearby by chance? I don't see one. There's animals. Nope, that was a plant. There we go. Scan the animal. Always scan. Because it's free money, basically. But I don't see anything telling me that there is any kind of a cave nearby. Doggone it. Okay, I have to go find a cave somewhere. Alrighty, there's what I was looking for right there. You can see that little blue triangle there. Oh, there's a thing I need to scan right there in front of me too. But subterranean relic. That kind of indicates a good chance that that is going to be a cave. This is horrible terrain right here. Pick up that sodium. But let's head down over here. Oh, there's the opening right there. Bam! Well, that's one way to find it. But now we're in a cave and we can kind of hurt myself. Okay, let's scan everything in here real quick. I'm not worried about picking up that relic, but we need this stuff right here, which is going to give us cobalt. So go through, scan everything. These little plants in here also give you a ton of carbon. Oop, the unidentified mineral. So you got stalactites, stalagmites. They're going to give you cobalt, and sometimes they'll give you other elements as well. But I'm going to come in here and take a few minutes, and I'm going to clear out quite a bit of this cobalt if I can here, and I'll be back in a minute. Alrighty, that wasn't a very big cave, so I kind of went through the cave. You can see there's my... Actually, this this might even be the hole I fell in. No, I went around a corner. Wait a minute. Oh, maybe that is the hole I fell in. That was weird. I could have swore I went around a corner, but maybe I just went in a circle, but it wasn't a very big cave. But anyway, I collected quite a bit more carbon and stuff from that. I took half of that carbon and dropped it into the refiner. That way I can get some condensed carbon, because condensed carbon, you actually use less carbon when filling your multi-tool hijack laser. So it's actually better to use the condensed carbon rather than regular carbon. But carbon is easy to come by. Anyway, I also collected about 1,000 cobalt, and you can see I collected some geodes. You can actually hit E to analyze those, and it'll give you more cobalt. It'll also give you some ionized cobalt. I also picked up some marrow bulb in the cave as well. So they're, just little flowers that are in the cave. What I can do is I can show you real quick. Let's let this finish. There we go. All right, so let that finish. Now I can come in here and I can put, where'd it go? Marrow bulb. I can drop that marrow bulb in there, and it's a 1-to-1 for the input, and you can get sodium from it. So I'll get 20 sodium out of that. Now granted, there were literally just a couple of plants that I found in this little cave. But that's another good way to get sodium, is if you can find a cave that has marrow bulb in it. Shoot those with your multi-tool to collect those and then refine them down. Alrighty, so what else do we need here? Alright, so ion battery is right here. So again, you can just click an empty spot, open the craft product, scroll down to ion battery. You can see it takes 10 cobalt and 1 ferrite dust. So we can do that. Then we need the microprocessor. We need 1 microprocessor, which, where is that at? Microprocessor. We need 40 chromatic metal, which is going to be 80 copper. Now, when I was looking for the cave, I did spot, if I can find it again, I did spot a copper. They're usually pretty good. That's up on the hill. I thought I've had one that was a little bit closer. Ammonia. Got 600. No, man, it was closer than that. Ammonia. Copper. Yeah, there it is right there. 210 units away. Copper. So I'm going to mark that. Oh, there's the hole we fell in earlier, isn't it? Oh, there's Moro bulb right there. We'll get that. Oh, there's sodium hazard plant. Those are good. Oxygen. Make sure you kill those guys. You can actually see those with the visor as well. Go ahead and destroy those and get the materials out of them. Are these two deposits next to each other? Or is one ammonia? What's this other one? Yeah, that's ammonia. Okay. We just need this one right here. Copper. Alrighty. So G to access your manipulator and R to make it the smallest you can, and then literally start mining this out. Alrighty, there we go. We got all of the copper out of that hole. So what we want to do is go back into the exosuit. We're going to take this copper. I'm going to actually split the stack and drop it into the refiner. As long as the refiner has fuel, it'll automatically start processing it. So that copper, it's going to be a 2-to-1. Turn it into chromatic metal. We'll end up with 148 chromatic metal when it's done. In the meantime, I'm actually going to gather a little bit of this ammonia. Don't necessarily have to have it. Oops. But it'll be good later on to have. So I'm going to go ahead and gather a little bit of it. That way I have a spot in my inventory in case I need it later. Alrighty, make sure that you charge up your hazard protection and your life support. Mine was getting pretty low, so I had to make sure to charge those up. Life support, hazard protection. You can see those in the bottom left corner of your screen. So make sure to keep an eye on those. All right, so we've got to go back into here, and we need to get the chromatic metal out of the refiner. Then we can create a microprocessor. Then we can come back in here and go to the construct head. So you click on an empty spot again, construct the head. Now we've completed that milestone. Tab to get out of that. Escape to go back into the expedition and collect your reward, which is going to be a supreme scanning system upgrade, pre-packaged advanced mining laser unit. Oh, that's nice. Pre-packaged. That means that we don't need the wiring looms that we were talking about earlier. Excuse me. Tab to get out of that. Let's go. Actually, go to tab. Go to the exosuit. There's our prepackaged advanced mining laser. So we can actually hit E. We can put that in right there. So now we didn't need the wiring looms for the advanced mining laser to craft it ourselves. We got that as a reward. So now that's going to make our mining speed even faster. Now we got a scanner module. Let's see, Multitool scanning system. We can go ahead and install that as well. We can drop that there and buff our scanner. This is going to give us a flora analysis reward of 6,519%, and then a mineral reward of 6,802%. That means that you're actually going to make more units from scanning these objects. So the plants and plants and the minerals. Now we still need to get the inverted mirror and stuff, which we can do that by finding... Oh, we have to be on a corrupted planet first. All right, so we have to go back to our first planet. I should have done that before leaving. That was my mistake. But I'll do that in just a little bit because we got to go back and get that ship too. Now, let's see. What is our next objective here? Prayer 1. So we have to, let's see, all sentient echoes resonate on a crimson frequency, allows the Atlas to witness the autophage. So we have to present the construct to the Atlas. So that means that we're going to probably have to leave the system anyway. So let me get back to my ship, which is that way by a lot. Let's see if I can call my ship in. See if there's enough fuel in it to call it in. There we go. So I did that by hitting X, going to the little teleporter, summon vehicles, and then you can see I can place the vehicle and summon it wherever. But you have to make sure that there is fuel in it. If there's not enough fuel in it, it will not come to you. Alright, speaking of fuel, what do we got? So we have to have uranium or Starship launch fuel. Do we have enough to even launch? I don't even know. So let's try and launch. Yeah, I had enough to launch, but we are at 0. You can see it there in the just off center of the screen there. It was at 0. So we are actually going to head back to this spot here. We're going to get our new Singularity expedition ship. Alrighty, and there is the new ship that we are actually going to be getting. But there's a little bit of work that's involved in it. So let's land near it. There it is. These are actually some pretty cool ship. Now you can hit your visor. You can actually see what it is. So mine says that it is a B-class ship. It'll have 3625. So that's 36 cargo, 25 technology slots. And its value is 65 million units. Now what you want to do is you want to actually walk up to it, hold the E, and you're going to have these little items here that you can take out of it. And then you have one item that you're going to need to repair. So we'll have to get a radiant shard. We need 3 of them, inverted mirror, and a harmonic brain. So we're going to pick these items up here. Now we've got an icon there, so we don't lose that location. So you don't necessarily have to mark it. Now, what we need to do... Oh, I should have done the sweep first. Yep, we located the ship. So there's your... Oh, excuse me. Let me clear my throat. All right, sorry about that. But there's your radiant shard. You can see it in the visor now. So we can actually go and we can mark that and go get radiant shard. Alrighty, so these big crystals are the radiant shards. And there you go. I think we need 3 radiant shards for that. Is that what we got? Did we get 3? Yeah, we got 3 radiant shards. I'm going to drop those down there. But you can see that those are probably some more over there. And we need to head to that. So that's the next object. So these are actually going to be enemies that you're going to be having to fight. So you can use your hijacked laser. It does work. It's not wonderfully effective, but you may want to add the bolt caster to your arsenal. How many? We need 3 carbon nanotubes. So let's go in and do that. 3 nanotubes. Then we'll repair that. So that way we have our bolt caster. Now we need to make some ammo for our bolt caster. We've only got 55 right now. So in order to make ammo, I'm going to click an empty slot just to show you. It takes 50 ferrite dust to make ammo. Get out of that. And then I can hover over what's here. And it makes a good chunk of ammo at a time. How much ferrite dust do I have? Not a whole lot. So I made 2,500. That should be more than enough. But what we can do is... Why is... Oh, it's got a target sweep again. Okay, stop target sweeping. Okay, if I hit 1, it puts me into scan mode. And I can kind of check my surroundings to see if anybody else is nearby. Now what I can do is possibly, I don't know if I can hit that from here. Maybe. Okay, I don't want to use that. I want to use this. But let's hit that from here. No? No. Can't hit it from here just yet. Alrighty, so now you can see that I have alerted the authorities here. But what I'm doing is hitting that guy with the little fin above his head, the purple fin. There's a guy in front of me here that's fixing to get mad at me. Alright. Yep, we're going to have to do a little bit of fighting here. We can do some running away. You can shoot those little green barrels. But I need to get that guy over there that's marked. Okay. Well, some of them went away, but not all of them. Alright, let's... Alright, so that guy blew up. I got a mirror. Is there anything else I can get from it? I don't think so. Now, what we can do, because you have to actually fight some of these corrupted sentinels. That was not where I wanted to go. Hey, how we doing? Hey, give me that. Every time you shoot or fire something, they can find you. So what we're going to do is we are going to get into here. I'm literally using my mining laser to shoot these guys. Oh, they've got a shield up. Dang it. And where's he at? He's being healed by that guy. Stop healing. Hey, guy. There we go. Got that guy done. Good. Let's get rid of the healer. Damn. Now, there is... an objective, a milestone, to where you have to fight these guys, and it's like, I don't know, 16 or 19 of them or something. Let's see if I can get this guy down. Whoa, little fireball. I can barely kill him. There we go. All right, we can lead the healer up. There we go. Is he gonna shoot? Is the healer shooting at us? Maybe. Yep. Shoot that guy. Take them shield. There we go. And we got a big guy coming. Alright, so the swarm is hunting right now. They can't find me. So as long as I don't shoot anything else or let them find me, then that timer will run out. As I fall down into a pit of something. Alright, well, we'll just sit here for just a second. There we go. Fell down into a hole. You got to be careful walking around. But, we got our mirror. Right? Yes, we got our mirror. This is our inverted mirror. And then, let's see. Let's put the... Badium or whatever, or Atlantidium. Now, the brain itself, I have to go back to my ship, which is back over here. You can do it here. So, go into your inventory, the hyaline brain. We're going to hit E on that, and it's going to send us to another location to where we have to go and ease the brain. Calm the brain, I guess. Calm the mind. There it is. Bam. That's going to be kind of a ways away. Where's our ship? Let's go find our ship. Grab some more radiant shards. Just, whoop, weapon depleted. I'm going to go ahead and grab some of these shards because we'll probably need some later too. Alrighty, finally back at our ship. Now we are out of launcher fuel. So we need to go in and see if we can make some launcher fuel. Oh, there we go. What is this? There we go. That's launcher fuel. Okay, so we can actually just leave it on the first selection. I don't know how that got selected. Alright, so we need plating. One plate. One plate. And the hydrogen jelly, so we got 40 of those, and make one launcher fuel, and then we can take and drop that right in there. So now we have fuel to take off. Then we need to locate That's the ship. We need to locate the ancient site. That's where we're going. Alrighty, and here's our ancient site. Just land wherever. Oh look, it's right next to a cave. Nice. Actually maybe gather some more Morrow bulb in there, because I do not have a whole lot of sodium. Alright, I'm gonna go around and grab these words real quick. Here we go. There should be a third one right over here. You do not have to do this. It's just habit. Alright, go right up top here. Talk to the monolith here. The ancient site stirs as I approach. Stone scraping against stone. Warmth radiates from the brain within my pack, as though in response. The mind of the ship child is interlocked with the hive. Current instructions: seek and eliminate anomalies. Enmesh archival sentience with surrogate entity, and that would be us. Present brain. I fumble with the ship's brain, almost dropping it as it glows unbearably hot in my hands. The pain radiates far beyond my hands, an unearthly heat, a heat that melts glass. Its circuitry shifts and then grows still. The brain seems to accept my presence now. There we go. Now we have the harmonic brain. So we have everything that we need to go and gather that ship. But I want to step in here to see if there's any Morrow bulb. All right. Let me take a little wander through here and gather some Morrow bulb. I'll be back in just a second. All right, got a little bit of Morrow bulb. Again, that was another small cave. Alrighty, let's hop back in our ship and let's head back over to the Singularity ship. If we can find it right there. Well, there's a little autophage here. Reconstructed unit. Let's see what that says. It's got rusted metal. Okay. The pugnium that greases our joints, so we can feed them the antilindium, atlantium, and leave. That was it? Nothing. Okay. No big deal. Alrighty, so for our ship here, let's hover over get into the ship, and then we need to, you can see we got the 3 radiant shards, the inverted mirror, and the harmonic brain. Click that. And then you go in here, it's showing you the ship. We've got a ton more storage for the technology and the cargo. These ships, depending on your class, will actually go a lot farther than your standard ship will. So these things are really nice. Let's see, let's compare. And then we're going to claim the ship. Like I had mentioned earlier, you can have like 9 ships or something. It might even be 12 now, I'm not sure. But you can see, look at the comparison. This is the technology slots that we had available. This is the technology slots that we had available. So, what we are going to do, there's your cannon. We want to make sure to get the teleport receiver out of our other ship and put it in here. So let's claim this ship first. There we go. So this is our ship, but I want to go back to this one here. I'm going to hop in it. So this is that way it's our primary ship. You can see it in the center of the screen. Hit tab, and you can actually go into here and you can X to store, and we're going to store that in our inventory, exosuit inventory. And then we should be able to transfer all of this into our exosuit, because we don't want to leave anything in this ship. There we go. Then we can hop back out, go over to the new ship. There we go. Hit tab again. Go into the exosuit, and then anything you want to put in the other ship, you can. So we can do X, Starship. I'm going to put all of this stuff in there. Starship, Starship. And then we need to install the teleport receiver. You just drop that anywhere in the technology. And then you want to go through and make sure that you've got your technologies paired together if they can be. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the hyperdrive on the supercharged slot. So the hyperdrive range, you can see right now we're at 786. If I take it off of the supercharged slot, you can see it drops to 629. So that way we get almost 150 more on the hyperdrive range. And then obviously on the Sentinel cannon, with it supercharged, we're at 4,000 DPS. If we take it off and hover over that, we're at 2,400 DPS. So we want to make sure that that is on that slot as well. There we go. We got everything moved around. We can hop in and out of the ship to make a save point. You see there, restore point saved. Then we want to make sure that we are selected on commune with the Atlas. So when in space, access the galaxy map and follow the mission path to locate the Atlas interface. Use the left mouse click to engage hyperdrive. So we're going to head off into space. Now we don't lose our other ship. It actually goes into our pocket somewhere. Some magic pocket. Now, before we leave this system, I highly recommend that you go to the space station. Because if you haven't been to the space station, you're not recognized there. So if you leave the system, you actually have to warp back into the system. Otherwise, if you go to the space station, hop out, save, and hop back in your ship, then that space station is saved, and you can actually teleport from space station to this station here. And then when you reach the space station, just fly into the blue lit hole. Now, if you have stuff to sell, you can actually sell it here. If you have any money, like we've only got 73,000 units, you could actually buy things if you wanted to. Like sodium or ferrite dust. But ferrite dust is easy to collect. Sodium a little bit more difficult. You actually have to go and either mine it or pick the flowers and stuff, which I didn't run into a whole lot of either. So let me see if they actually have a little bit of sodium in here. No, they don't. Okay, no worries. Deal with it later. Now let's hop back in our ship. Oh, before we do, you can head over on the other side and get your exosuit expansion. Now these you will have to pay for eventually. I think the first one might be free. Yeah, the first one is free. So you can actually increase your cargo slot, or you can increase your technology slot. You can see the technology is 1,000 units. Cargo slot, the first one's free. Then we're going to head back to our ship. We're going to head to space so we can go find the Atlas. Woo, that was close. I think I kind of curved into that one just a hair. I was trying to get out of the way. Go to M or open your galaxy map. So you can hit M on the keyboard, or you can actually go and open your navigation screen and go to galaxy map, which is the little spiral there. Then in the galaxy map, you want to click, make sure that you're on the current mission. So right now you don't have free movement. So I can actually right click, turn on free movement, and you can see there's the Atlas right there. Then I can use my arrow keys left or right to get to current mission. So you want to make sure that this mission is highlighted. That way you have that little green arrow there. Then I can use W to zoom in on it. Hyperdrive has no fuel. Okay, so let's get out of that. And let's give our hyperdrive some fuel. We ended up giving these warp hypercores as a reward. So let's drop one of those in the Crimson Core. Get back out of that. Hit M. Right click to free up your mouse. Arrow for current mission. The arrow key, I should say, on your keyboard. And now make sure that that is got the little diamond around it. And left click, hold it down, and you're going to jump to this location. And there we go. There is the Atlas right in front of us. So we're going to head right into this. Let's see. Voice disconnect. Okay, so X and then ship communicator. You can see it at the bottom of the screen there. They left us duty bound to follow them, but I know where it will end. If you receive this, follow my coordinates and secure the site. Secure the site in case I don't make it back, please. My Starship processes the coordinates from the stranger's message. The transmission has decayed over time, but the location appears to be valid. And now we're going to be sucked into the Atlas here, and it's going to initiate the landing sequence. All right, that was for a completely different mission. That wasn't even for this mission. It was for that was for this. We want to highlight this. I don't want to do Dreams of the Deep. Matter of fact, I can probably I can't get rid of that quest. Okay. Prayer 1. That's the one that we need to be doing. I don't know why it keeps selecting different quests, but that does happen. Let's see. Let's drop down here. Now these little bubbles here, you'll learn words sometimes if you cross over these little bubbles, if you wanted to go around and do that. Not every one of them give you words, but several of them will. But I'm not here for the words right now. Then if you search these little black globes, you're going to see warp cell there just off center of the screen. We get 2 of them. And then we can go up and talk with the Atlas. Now this is probably going to get rather loud. It makes new noises and stuff now. Stand before the Atlas. It is unknowable. I cannot know. It cannot know me. It cannot know any of this. And yet I am compelled to be here, to offer it my own fledgling creation, my construct. Present the construct parts. The Atlas cannot react. It does not react. It is all noise, yet it is wordless. Yeah, see, there's that noise. I actually have my volume turned down because it is super loud. Its voice is the entire universe. An Atlas seed is revealed to me. I take my lead. Seed of Dreams. So we need, looks like 92 more chromatic metal. So we've got that portion done. We can go into the expedition, go to the rewards, and go to Prayer 1, collect that reward. Seed of Dreams Revelation, we've got that, and a warp hypercore plans. Oh my gosh, that was awful. All right, so now we need to forge the Seed of Dreams. So if we go into here, we can actually click that Seed of Dreams. You can see that we need 92 more chromatic metal. So we go back into our exosuit, go to the refiner, pull the sodium out that you may have stored in there or whatever. And we need to go and find that. And we need, I said we needed 92. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop this down to 92. So we just make what we need, because I don't want to use up all of the copper. There we go, 92. So it's going to take about 32 seconds to craft that. And there we go. We pick up the chromatic metal, put it on our exosuit. Same with the copper. Actually, we can go ahead and refill the fuel inverter while we're in there. We can drop rusted metal in there. Go ahead, get a few things done. Oh, the extracted glass. Let's extract that. Oh, nice. We can actually break that down into gold as well, I believe. Let's see here. Now, we need to construct the seed. I'm actually going to construct the seed in the starships. We can store it in there. Chromatic metal. Boom. We constructed our seed of dreams. So you're going to want to hold on to that because you're going to need that throughout the rest of the process. Seed of dreams. Tab to get rid of that screen. Escape to get back into the expedition tab. Collect the rewards. We got 190,000 units gold nuggets and supreme upgrades, it looks like. Go back into our exosuit. Yeah, see, there's our gold nuggets. So you can actually hit E and it'll turn that all into gold. There's the gold. We got 651 gold out of that. I don't think I had gold before. Drop that down there. We'll put that down there. Put that down there. And then we get an S-Class hyperdrive module. So we can hit E and we can install that with right below the Crimson Core there. So it buffs it. So we can actually get another 220 light years on our hyperdrive range. Then let's get the ferrite dust out of the fuel inverter. And then we can actually go into the Magno Gold. And see, that'll give you 125 gold. Alrighty, escape, get back into here, and then we can go to our last objective in the expedition for phase 1, and it's pilgrimage 1, complete the first pilgrimage, reach the first rendezvous point. So now we got to go back out into space, and we're going to need to jump to the next rendezvous point, which may be in this. I don't think we can see outside the atlas right now. Might actually be in this system, but I'm not sure. Let's get back out of the atlas. Alright, so we are out into space. We can do M to open the galaxy map. So it does look like we need to head out to a different system. Is this? It's not back at the original system, is it? I don't think so. No. Is there? I don't know. But what I want to do first, before we jump out of this system, let's go hit the space station right here. There we go. Now we can hop back out. Get back in your ship. Make sure you get your exosuit upgrade. I did not do that. I was more worried about getting back in and going to the rendezvous point. But I can always come back to this place. That's why you go to the space station. Let's see. Right click for free. Arrow key. And let's head to the next rendezvous point. Alrighty. Now, when you reach the next system, you're going to see this little yellow or gold diamond. There's your rendezvous point right there. That's where we need to go. Let's hit the space station, maybe? There it is, right there. Let's go to the space station real quick just to save. Hop out and save. Make sure you run over here and grab your upgrade. Unlike I did in the last star system. Let's see. So it's going to be 5,000 units for the upgrade on the cargo. If we're doing a technology, it's 1,000. I'm going to go ahead and go for the 1,000 right now since we don't have a whole lot of money. But we will get into making some money shortly, probably in the next episode or two. I'll show you guys what you can do. Alright, we're going to hop in and out just to save. And then we're going to take off and we're going to hit the next rendezvous point. Looks like it's going to be over here to the right. target it, space button, do the pulse engine. Now the neat thing in this new ship is when you're coming to the ground, you can actually come to a complete stop. If you look in the bottom left of my ship there, you can see it's 0 US. I'm literally hovering, not moving. Now in previous ships, you could only slow down to like, I don't know, 20 units a second or something. And with the new ships, you can actually come to a stop, which is really nice. That way you can actually kind of look around. If there's something, you know, if you want to shoot the ground to get materials, you can do that. I can't hardly get any of that because I don't have the right stuff, but just wanted to show you that coming into the planet here. Let's go to this rendezvous point and see what might be around. I'm not noticing anything right now, but let's go ahead. We're going to land. I'm going to hop out. First contact. Yay. A lot of first contacts. I'm going to have to go back and name some of these. Ooh. Might need that later. Alrighty, we're going to hit our scanner, and holy cow, 1,700 units that direction. North. Okay, so you can see at the top of the screen the little north thing. At least that way I have an idea of what direction I need to go. So we're going to hop back into our ship. We're going to take off. We're going to turn around towards the north. And we're going to head up over the hill here. Try not to run into stuff like I did. 1,700 units this way. Aha. I think that could be it down here. Because I believe it's supposed to be another camp. Alright, we're going to land here and we're going to see if this is it. Now, if it was close enough... excuse me. If it was close enough... Oh, yep, this was it. Then you could just fly or run over there or whatever. But mine was 1,700 units away. I did not want to travel on foot that far. But there we go. We reached our second... camp. So we can go into the expedition tab again. We can claim our rewards here, which we're going to get in the exosuit expansion slots. We're going to get 3 of those. We're going to get multi-tool expansion slot. We're going to get 4 of those. We're going to get a prepackaged paralysis mortar unit and 3 storage augmentations for our ship. So a lot of expansions for storage, which is really nice. The paralysis mortar, I really don't care anything about that right now. So we're going to collect that reward. Tab to get out of that. Escape to get back in. Then, because we've finished phase 1, we get to collect our reward for phase 1, which is some poster plans. So we get the Atlas poster plan, the Atlanteid poster plan, and the Construct poster plan. Collect that. You can see there's a Construct poster. There's our prepackaged stuff, our storage, and there's our other posters. Good. Alrighty, folks, that is it for phase 1 of the Singularity Expedition number 10. I will be back doing phase 2 in another video. I appreciate everybody joining me today. I'd like to give a special thanks to my members. You can see them over there on the right-hand side of the screen. Also, if you like these episodes, definitely hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. I greatly appreciate it. And we will see you folks in the next one. You take care and happy hunting.